Hello, my name is Rita Fleming. I'm a regenerative health specialist, and I'm going to be talking and sharing about our Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Program today. And I'm really excited to share this with you, as well as share a couple of guest speakers about their story in adding these superfoods in. And, one of the reasons that I started to add this nutrition into my practice is because I was looking for solutions. I was looking for ways to share regenerative health and solutions with people. And this was the missing link for me. And the reason is we're working with whole food, nutrient dense superfoods. And our soils today are so depleted that we're just not getting the nutrition that we need. And I was working with wildcrafted herbs. I grew up on organic food. I thought I was doing the best of the best. I thought I had all the support and everything that I needed, but I knew that I was missing something really important and really vital. And I didn't want to take isolated chemistry or supplements or vitamins that weren't from whole foods. So I went searching for the best solutions, and my sister Mary introduced me to this amazing program, which we're going to get into today. And 3 days after introducing these superfoods in my body, the lights just came on. I no longer had cravings. I no longer felt like I was missing something really important. My food consumption actually reduced by 2/3 because I was feeling so nourished at the cellular level. And I wish I had a before and after picture that I could show you right now, but I was holding a lot of extra weight and inflammation in my body. And it didn't matter what I was doing, how active I was, how healthy I was. It was a hormonal imbalance and a gut imbalance. And after 90 days of adding these superfoods in, I got back to an athleticism and fitness that I haven't been in 15 years. It really brought me home to myself. And it was the first time I recognized myself in 15 years. I was just like, oh, yeah, that's me. And it really came back to getting these micronutrient dense whole foods into our lives. And, a crazy statistic is 97% of us are show that we have glyphosate in our system. And glyphosate is a common herbicide that is used in our agriculture systems. It's the main ingredient in Roundup. And what it does is it acts as an antibiotic, and it kills off our gut microbiome diversity, and it also kills off our soil health. And when our soil health is depleted, then the plants are not able to absorb their proper amino acids, which are our building blocks, and the proper nutrients for us to absorb and utilize. And so this program is amazing because we're watering with mineral rich spring water. We're hundreds of miles away from any pollutions. We're supporting small, organic, regenerative farmers. We're vine ripening, and nothing at the grocery store is vine ripened. It's picked weeks early and then shipped to the markets. And by the time we get it, it's pretty nutrient devoid or nutrient deficient. And so this is vine ripened. It's, picked at that peak ripeness. And because of that, and then it's also wind dehydrated. So you're preserving all of the enzymes and the nutrients, and then you're getting it in a whole food. This is whole food that's wind dehydrated. And when you add water to it, it reconstitutes, and it's living foods. So it's really so amazing. And I wanted to bring on a dear friend, Rachel, to just share a little bit of her story. And Rachel, thank you so much for being here today. If you wouldn't mind just sharing what some of your goals were in coming into this superfood program, and then some of the results that you came to.
Yes, Rita, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's always very inspiring to hear from you. And I was introduced to this about a year ago, actually. And I thought I was doing all the right things, but what really inspired me was learning about this soil problem that we're having and the chemical pesticides. So after I learned, I always knew like eating organic was better. We were spending the time to make sure we had organic food, but then learning about how heavily these pesticides are sprayed, that even when we are eating even 100, if you can get 100% organic food, we're still being um, inundated with these chemicals with our food or with our air, with the water on some of our organic food, just from, from the wind. So that was really inspiring to me. And I've always been really passionate about gut health. And so um, I actually just really was looking for solutions in our household. My husband was looking for more energy, and I wasn't and still am a nursing mom. And so when I started, I really just wanted to get these chemicals out of my body so I'm not passing them on to my baby. I was like, okay, if I can prevent this from going into his body, that would be amazing. And like I said, my husband was looking for more energy, but little did I know that I was going to completely overcome postpartum depletion. So in very short amount of time, I felt more nourished than I had in a really long time, probably like since a few years even before I had my first child, who's now 5. And then over time, like over the next month, I noticed inflammation just releasing from my body, no longer having pain in my neck and shoulders. And then, a few months later, I have a random wart just like fell off. Okay, all my systemic fungus is gone now from really just getting my gut healthy. So it was like, boom. My husband's also been on this journey with me for the last year. And what I can say for him is that his energy levels have improved a lot, but also his mental and emotional state, he's just more passionate. Like, I don't even know if there's a better way to describe that, but he has more like fire in him. And I just this is the only change that we've made. We've just brought this in and worked with this regenerative foods and got the chemicals out and redistribute and got the environment of our microbiome in this beautiful space that it's supposed to be at, and that does great wonders for your mental health. And so I feel like I am so happy that I followed my intuition, because that's really what led me here. I just got that heart knowing that I was supposed to try this and help other people with it.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Yeah, that's absolutely inspiring. And getting that nourishment as a mother to address that postpartum, I mean, that's huge. Just watching so many mothers and watching my sister who this really profoundly helped. And I just want to highlight that emotional piece, because when our cells are energized and we're nourished, it also not only helps us at that physical level. And like you said, getting rid of fungus, which we all have, and, um, but really feeling nourished and more energized, and how that impacts our emotional well-being. Um, yeah, that's one of my favorite components of this, is just greater joy, mental clarity, and yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, and for all the people that you're helping through this.
Thank you.
Yay. And I just want to speak briefly on one of our most popular programs, which is our 30-day transformation, where we're flooding our bodies with nutrient dense food. And we're just in a time in the world where we're dealing with so much over toxicity due to environmental pollutants, due to lymphatic congestion that's passed down from multiple generations. Um, and also just undernourishment. And so, what we're really working on here is supporting that cellular absorption and also supporting that gut microbiome balance, as Rachel was sharing. And so, one of the first things that you start with in the morning is your plant based amino acids. And why these are so special is, again, they're whole foods. But our proteins, we normally have to break them down from a complex structure into a simple structure, which is your amino acids, in order to be used and absorbed. And these are 99% bioavailable. So they're going straight into your muscles for rebuilding, replenishing, building collagen, supporting the brain and the nervous system, also supports that energy and recovery and repair from muscle soreness. And this, you take it first thing in the morning and it helps to balance out those hormones. And most of our proteins that we're eating are only 11 to 36% bioavailable. And then that has a lot of burden on our liver and our kidneys and our lymphatic system. So this is incredible. I haven't found anything like it. And it really supported me to strengthen my spine. I was dealing with some scoliosis and some imbalances in my spine, and this helped me to find that balance again. It's just amazing for the muscle tone. And then you also have a sprouted raw when dehydrated drink. It's a green drink. It's full of 97% of your nutrients, your micro and macronutrients and vitamins and healthy fats for brain health. And so that you just have first thing in the morning. And for me, it helped me to get rid of cravings. It also helped me to feel so deeply nourished in a way that I've never felt before. And that you just add to water. It's great if you're traveling or need to run out the door. It's just such easy, accessible nutrients that can come to your door, which is really powerful because it can be hard to find access, really hard to find access to nutrient dense food, but also hard to find access just to fruits and veggies and organic produce oftentimes. So this really solves that. And then with it, as Rachel was talking about, we have our gut microbiome support, which is just herbs that help. It's the only clinically proven thing to remove glyphosate out of our body. And glyphosate, again, acts as an antibiotic, killing off those natural microorganisms. And our gut microbiome diversity is important because this is where 80% of our immune function is. This is where 90% of our serotonin is produced and 50% of our dopamine. So that comes back to our emotional well-being and our hormonal balance. So gut health is number one. And this is just incredible because it helps to gently remove toxins and heavy metals and glyphosate. And at the same time, it repairs and replenishes, it remineralizes and repopulates that healthy gut microbiome diversity. And something that's really interesting, we have an amazing video you guys can watch to learn about glyphosate. Definitely reach out about that because it's fascinating. But glyphosate, what it does is even within 30 minutes of exposure, it creates leaky gut. And when we have leaky gut, our toxins in our food leaks into our immune system, our lymphatic system, and leaks into our blood, which can create an inflammatory response. And in the 1970s, you know, in the 1970s, 1 in 5,000 children were dealing with autism symptoms. And today it's 1 in 36 children. And so much of that comes back to our gut microbiome health and our food and our nutrition. And so it's really important to look at this glyphosate piece and how we can get it out of our bodies and repair that natural diversity. So this helps with absorption as well as the rest. And then we also have one of my favorites is just our Be Energetic, which is adrenal support, which helps with brain and nervous system focus and getting inflammation out of the body. And at nighttime, you take a tart cherry juice, which is incredible for skin health. It's really deeply beautifying. And it also helps you to get into those REM sleep cycles so that you're getting into that deeper sleep, which is where our healing and our repair happens. So that's kind of the foundation of what we call our core four is the tart cherry juice, the gut support, the deep nutrition, and the amino acids for rebuilding. So go ahead and share in the chats if you have any questions, any comments. I'd love to, just drop a 1 if you're learning something that's interesting you. Awesome. And, I also want to share a touch on we have an athlete program that's also amazing. And that comes with like super xanthan, which this is amazing. You can see the color. It's this bright red color. And what it does is it protects your body from UVB and UVA, like radiation from the sun, so it protects your skin. It's amazing for your eyes, but it also helps to repair and get that lactic acid out of the body to help with recovery and speed up that recovery. Oh, that's a good question. I'll get to that, Angie. And we have our Can't Beat This, which really oxygenates the body. It's like a healthy sports drink. I have it every single morning, and I also have it before any kind of workout because it just gives you endurance. And it also has adaptogenic herbs, which are amazing for your adrenals, and it just really speeds up that recovery. And as well, it's like a coffee replacement. It helps you to have that mental acuity, and just really light up the body in a way that's not going to be strenuous or taxing, but that's just going to create cellular energy. Great. So here's some questions. So Angie, you want to set someone up, but not overwhelm her system. So that's a great question. This is just all whole foods. That's really easy for the body to absorb. And so she can just start slow, start by adding like one shake a day in. And what it does is it takes the burden off of your digestive system. So it's giving your digestive organs, your liver, your kidneys, all of that a rest, and just focusing on cellular absorption as well as cellular alkalinity, which is when the body really goes into repair. Great. And then what would you recommend for a 63-year-old woman with MS and some digestive issues? So MS actually comes back to our gut microbiome health. That's where so much of that, it can be a neurological weakness, but that really originates in our gut health. And so if we have leaky gut, then that's spilling into our lymphatic system, into our blood, which can impact our neurological health. So addressing the gut health is really important. And then also adding in those whole foods that are alkaline and nutrient dense is going to be so important for the chemistry of the body. And so we can't make any claims, obviously, but that's what I would do to support myself if I was in that situation. Is I would start with a Core 4 or an Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And the amino acids are also amazing for brain and nervous system. And we have a formulation called Revive It All, which is also incredible for brain and nerve regeneration. And anytime there's neurological weakness, it's also really important to work with the adrenal glands, which we have. This is a formulation by Dr. Bernard Jensen. That's incredible. So yeah, I would say connect in with the person who invited you, and we can drop in a little bit more about that. Great, thank you for these questions. And I just wanted to share quickly a little bit of how you can get started if this is something that you want to do. So let me just bring that up for you. Here's a little bit of info on our glyphosate and education, which I highly recommend checking out. And this is about our Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Program. You can check out our reviews. The pricing ends up being $11 a day for 2 superfood servings. So basically the equivalent of like a coffee and a croissant. And instead you're replacing this with mineral rich, healthy foods. And like I said, it saves me a ton on my grocery bill because I end up eating less and needing less because I'm getting so nourished and getting what my body needs. And then your friend that invited you to this, they have a unique gift code for you that gives you 25% off or $100 off. And so we can send that information to you, but it's really simple and easy. This is our athlete program that has like the Can't Beat This and the muscle recovery, the hydration, electrolytes. It even comes with our super cleanser, which cleanses parasites and fungus out of the body and really supports that gut microbiome balance. And then we have our 30-day transformation, which we talked about, which comes with the nutrient dense shakes that taste delicious. My nephews love them. They cannot get enough. I love them. I have them every single day. And so I pretty much live off of this program. And again, it's supporting that rebuilding, that gentle cleansing, and that nourishment. And so you simply add that to cart. And the reason I wanted to walk you through this is just to highlight what we have. Our zinc aid, I have it right here. This is amazing if you're traveling. It has whole food, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, and zinc for your natural immune support. So it's really great, especially if your body is feeling exhausted or tired, or you've been traveling or run down. This is incredible to take. And these vitamins are important for so many different systems in the body, and they're whole foods, so you'll actually absorb them. So you can add that to cart if that's what you want, and hit continue. And I just wanted to share about our smart order, because if you set up a smart order, it's something that you can change and customize, and you can check in and just see how you're doing. You're not committed to it. But what I love about it is if you just set it up, it sets you up for success. So I had amazing breakthroughs in my first 3 days with this program, but it was being consistent and doing it for 90 days that brought me home to myself and brought me back to that athleticism and fitness from high school. And so I really encourage, if you want to get to those deeper levels where it's a long-term, long-lasting result, to make this a lifestyle, to get into a consistent rhythm with it and introduce these superfoods, on a daily basis for at least 90 days to see the best results. And that can start with a 30-day transformation. So this will set you up for success, but also having a smart order, it gives you double rewards points, which means double the savings. It also helps you maintain that discount that your friend is giving you. It maintains that 25% discount. And we have incredible 3 and free products like our Epigenius Kids, our Biomedic. And if you have a smart order with any of those products in it, and you order for 3 months consecutively, you get the 4th one sent to you for free. So that can also save you hundreds of dollars. And again, I live off of this. Like, there's not a month that I miss because it covers all of my bases. And I haven't found anything that supports me in the way that this does. And, a simple follow up is our core 4, which is half of that 30-day program. And it just allows you to get your superfoods 1 time a day. It's a maintenance program, and you can hit subscribe. And that's that daily core 4. And again, this is adjustable and you can change it, but it's going to set you up for success, and you will not be charged for it right now. It will simply go into your cart and set it up for next month, and it will just have you choose whatever date you want. If you're ordering today on the 8th, then you might want to set it up for the 8th so that once, or even before, no, I would do the 8th because it usually takes a few days to ship, because then you won't run out of your products and you will not want to. And that is basically it with our transformation program. So please let me know what questions you have. And I just want to close this up by thanking you all for being here and just sharing, health is our greatest wealth. I lived for a long period of time where I didn't have my health, and that's how I got into regenerative health. That's how I became so passionate about this subject and helping others to thrive, because I went through many years where I was living in chronic pain and couldn't do all of the things that I loved. And it took me going and searching every direction until I found regenerative health, which then ultimately led me here to these amazing superfoods. And this was that missing piece that I needed to find that homeostasis and that balance, and also just to get what I was needing on a daily basis. So this is very family friendly. You can customize it for yourself. If you want to do it with friends, definitely really fun with accountability. Just think of a couple of friends or family members that you want to transform not only your physical health, but your emotional well being with, and link up, and we can support you. And we have an incredible health app, as well as 2 health calls a week where you get to connect in with myself and others that are leading this, and ask any questions. And we're completely here for you every step of the way. And we also have amazing recipes, everything that you need. And then plus the person that invited you is really going to be there for you and walk you through. And again, you can take it at any pace. So like Rachel, this was a very nourishing and replenishing program for her. And you can take it at that nourishing level or that cleansing level, depending on what your goals are. Yeah. And thank you all so much for being here. So, yeah, just please connect in with the person that invited you, and they invited you because they really care about you. And I see my friend Carrie on here actually. So, I would love, Carrie, if you wouldn't mind just coming off and sharing a little bit about your story and how this has impacted you. I'd love to hear.
Yeah, thanks, Rita. Well, I just got off a flight and it's amazing to travel with one. But anyhow, I as a regenerative detox specialist, helping people with health, this has allowed me to not only bring in more nourishment and help people that are feeling depleted, feel more nourished so they can continue on this healthy lifestyle path. And I felt that in my own body, and I see that results with my clients and friends and family and customers. And it's just been a huge blessing to have these nutrient dense foods that are amazing and great. Like I said, I just traveled, and it's really convenient to take them with you on the road. Yeah, when stocking up on healthy products with the state of the world or whatever is happening, I'm so grateful to have these shelf stable foods that are grown in a regenerative way and wind hydrated and packaged in biodegradable bags. And it's so they're earth conscious, health conscious, and it's yeah, been life changing and super grateful. My son loves it, my kids love it, my husband loves it, and so we just all use it all the time because it's just I love that it's whole food and nothing isolated, and it's in total alignment with what I would recommend when looking for any. I don't even like to say products, so it's just foods. So I notice I'm not as hungry. My grocery bill is not as much because I'm feeling more nourished and satisfied, and so yeah, really grateful to have these amazing superfood blends and make it part of my lifestyle. So I mean, I can share on and on, but thank you.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Thanks for being here. Carrie was just visiting here, so we got to spend an amazing week together. Yay. Well, thank you all so much. And if there's any other questions, I'm happy to stay on, and answer them.